Wednesday morning. It is time to start the vlog again. Today is not a day off. I just finished some school and I'm here to list. So let's get a couple things listed and then I'll be going back to eat lunch. But this is my first little thing in the morning. Table's looking a little bit lonely here with just one camera. But get that one listed here quick to get a new tote in the office. I need to stick a sticker on that one, but I just got those two items listed there, so that's the end of yesterday's tote. Probably going to go home and eat some lunch here pretty soon, but then I have another tote. Took me about like 5 minutes or 7 minutes to list those two, so pretty good.
Is it love? Is it love? Is it love? Is it love?
Okay, so made my lunch here. Let's eat that quickly and then get back down to work. In the office, I just got my vlog for yesterday edited pretty quickly, and then dealer brought me this tote. So let's untote it quickly and see what we got. Okay, well let's go with this angle right here. Let's see, we got a Sears TLS. Camera only is pretty good. The lens there, actually, it looks like somebody snapped the mount right off a lens somehow. A piece of a lens. Pretty interesting. And we got Kodak 35, those are pretty good. We had them for parts yesterday, that wasn't quite as good. Luckily this looks like an unsearched tote, or at least unpicked. Like sometimes we pick the lenses off all the cameras, this one would seem to be like that. MEF, that's a pretty cool Pentax. Ricoh Single X TLS with a good lens on there. Yashica Electro 35. One thing I mentioned before about apertures is that the better the aperture, the better the lens. This one's a 2.8. Not sure if it'll focus there or not. Which 2.8 is generally not that great, but in this case it's actually a reasonably uncommon lens, so it's one of those exceptions I mentioned before. I don't think my camera's going to focus there, but that one's reasonable. Canon Rebel X, that was my first camera I ever bought and sold, and actually there's a lens on there that went pretty well. A few other lenses here, all reasonable zooms, they're not bad zooms. Some more autofocus and Sigma and all that. Got a JCPenney 28mm lens there, which looks exactly like a Rexagon I've seen before. I wonder why that would be, because I rebadged a lot of lenses. Sun, high tele, it's reasonable, we get a lot of those. Bunch of negative carriers and stuff for Kodak enlargers, these tend to be pretty good. Have to see. Ricoh 500, actually it's S2, but S was the 500 and S2 was the 501. Those are cool. Not sure how good a condition that one's in, but you don't find them that often, and those are cool. Lens cap, I don't think it's for that, it's for something else. Automatic 100, if it works and everything, a 40 bucks. Those went down in value recently because the film has been discontinued as of 6 months ago or something. XG7 with a lens there, it's okay. Not worth a ton. Yashica Minister D, if they have the better lens, it'd be better. If they have the worst lens, that goes in one of those. A lens cap for a Tamron lens, which is probably that one. And we have oh, this thing looks pretty funky here. Got a Tasco 30x30mm little spotting scope type thing. Something dealer would list, but I think I'll probably list this one on Canon Guide because I've been listing a few spotting scopes recently. And let's see, Minolta little thing here. There's a Pentax cap for something else too. A little TMC3, or no, TMC4. It's kind of weird. The way they did the Roman numeral for 4 there, if that's what that is. Just did 4 ticks, proper Roman numeral. But anyway, I forget who this is made by, but these are actually pretty cool. It's like a whole extension crazy thing pocket projector. Let's go for a little bit. This one, if I remember correctly, is brand new in there. That's good. This is another flea market haul, now that I'm seeing it. Canon little Sure Shot. Those are really good. That is the AF35 M2. For some reason that one's not marked. That's what that is. Kodak, little lens on a board, and larger lens. Not worth much here. Random lens. Lens hood, price for that lens. A couple more lens caps for various lenses. And a Polaroid 450. 450s used to be worth 130 bucks. No longer. Still can probably get a good 60 for that one if it's in nice shape, which it looks to be. So that's the tote. This thing's definitely hard to get to focus a little bit, but there's a lens with a definite problem. Get a better angle on that. But if you can see the optical element there, it seems to be a bit cockeyed in the barrel there, and that causes the lens to not work really at all. That lens is pretty screwed up. Not sure exactly how that happened. It must have been dropped or something. Really shooken, or I don't know exactly. But there's one for the parts tote. Okay, all the photos of these lenses here that I picked out of that whole lot there are all edited and ready to go on listings. All turned out reasonable. Should be some good listing. Okay, so I got, let's see here, I think a total of 6 items listed. It's time to go home, get on my run. Now I'll probably scoot around a little bit. Okay, well this here is quite an interesting camera. I gave it a pretty thorough cleaning for listing. It's a Ricoh S2. I was thinking this might be related to the Ricoh 500 because I've seen similars. And it definitely is, but what I found out is pretty interesting. This was actually made in the 1950s as a lower end model for the Ricoh 500. It has a little bit different shutter. It's a Citizen MKV instead of a Sekonic or something like that. I forget the exact name of it. This thing is really cool and hard to find. Only a couple examples I could find on the internet, and none on eBay or none sold anywhere. It's a neat looking camera, made in Japan. Still has the original little leather seal right there. Okay, so kind of difficult to get this shot here, but this is a shot of, not exactly sure if it's separation or fungus, maybe a combination of both, but it has some really ornate and interesting patterns there with kind of like the leaf design. This is actually inside a lens, believe it or not. It's pretty interesting. Just want to try to get a quick close-up shot of it. Put an interesting photo up on the screen of this here, but as you can see, it really can't be seen that well. It's just this Electro 35, but there it is right there. Kind of interesting that's inside a lens. I don't think it will majorly affect image quality, and like I said, I'm not sure exactly. I think it's probably separation, because fungus doesn't quite grow in that pattern. Very detailed and very interesting. It's the Crazy Pizza Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. To have some pizza, and I have a Bolthouse Farm smoothie that I need to eat up reasonably quickly. Just finishing testing all the stuff that was back there on the table. The separation for listings to tested is right here. Those are all tested and cleaned, and it'll be time to move on to pictures shortly. And actually, you know what? I guess I'm done with the stuff here. This is the last item. Throw that out. Okay, let's get those pictured. Well, I wonder who designed this camera here for Sears. Cameras have quite a few similarities. Including like the flashing ports, the body shape, all the markings, everything. One's black and one's in chrome, but still, those are exactly the same camera. It's a rebadge by Sears. Okay, whole table rest of stuff is pictured and edited here. Hard to see in that quick little slip through there, but it's a bunch of stuff. All this stuff over here. Let's get it listed. Okay, winding down the night. It is late, but I ended up with about 29 items listed here. All different types of little cameras and things. Finish up that whole tote. Here's all the listing. Let's add up here and get on the board. Well, that was an all in all good listing day. Final number, $1,625. 29 listings. Not sure if Dealer got anything up there. I'm sure he did a lot of packing today. Forget, but I think we had like 40 orders. Okay, well I guess that ends today's vlog. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely will be doing another one tomorrow, and I tried a little bit more like kind of filmmaking style this morning here, so hopefully that turned out okay. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Noah out. Goodbye.